Anthony here with our virtual cooking class. Today I have the pleasure of doing Tavern Meat, aka Sloppy Joe's, submitted by Geraldine Fanningstill from Sun Life. Thank you very much for submitting. My pleasure of executing this recipe. So we're going to start with 2 pounds of browned and drained meat, ground beef. And then we're going to go ahead and put everything in, combine everything into a pot and let it simmer for about an hour to an hour and a half. Okay, so I got my pot here. Alright, so we got everything set. Here's my ground beef, which I already pre-cooked and browned and drained. So that goes all in there. Okay, so I got some Worcestershire here. That goes in. I got some barbecue sauce, baby Ray's, calls for some Heinz 57 classic. That goes in. Okay. Also here I have some ketchup or catsup. That goes in, and go ahead and give that a nice little twirl. Okay, some brown sugar, prepared mustard, minced onions, and some garlic, and a little bit of chili powder. Okay. Dash of salt, dash of pepper. I'm just going to turn that down here. Just going to mix everything well. Make sure everything gets incorporated. It's looking really good. It's looking moist. Okay. So, I'm going to bring it to a simmer set. And like the recipe says, just gonna let that simmer for about an hour to an hour and a half, and I'll see you then. Alright, so while our Sloppy Joe is simmering there, we're gonna get started on our baked mac and cheese. Now this recipe is submitted by Bill Johnson from Superstition Views, Canyon Vistas. Thank you, Bill. My pleasure of doing your mac and cheese here. Okay, so I got all my ingredients out. I went to go ahead and pre-cooked our elbow macaroni. Okay, and then now what we're going to do is we're going to saute our onions. Okay, I'm going to put a little oil in there. I'm going to bring this up a little to heat. Okay, a little heat on that. So I have my milk, I have my dry mustard, I have my flour. We're going to combine everything after we saute the onions a little bit. We're going to add our ingredients slowly but surely in there. And then we're going to get the coating the elbow macaroni, making our sauce. And this shouldn't take more than a minute or two. You coat the onions all around here. You just want the onions to become translucent. Alright, so now we're going to add a little bit of butter. Melt that up. We're going to add our flour and our dry mustard. And a dash of salt. We're going to mix that up real nice and neat. And once all that is cooked and you get that flour taste out of it, we can start adding our milk. Alright. So now I'm going to start adding my milk. And for this I'm going to need a whisk. Use a whisk to break all that, the lumpy roux up. You're going to do this occasionally until it's nice and smooth and not lumpy. Alright, after a couple of minutes, about 3, 4, 5 minutes, simmering our milk and roux together, it's going to be a little thicker, a little more creamier. So I lowered the temperature here so I can start adding my cheese little by little. And I'm still going to stir constantly to break up that cheese. And I'm going to reserve some for the topping, so don't use all your cheese. Little by little, keep stirring, keep stirring, keep stirring, keep stirring, and eventually you're going to see your cheese sauce evolve. Once you have your cheese sauce, you just stir, 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 just to make sure everything gets broken up. There's no lumps of cheese in there. Oh, it's looking really good. Nice color to it. Okay, so at this point, once the cheese sauce is nice and smooth, you're just going to go ahead and pour it over your casserole dish that's holding the elbow noodle that's already cooked. I want to get everything in there, so I'm going to use a rubber spatula to get all that goodness in there. And I'm also going to use a rubber spatula to turn it in there. I'm going to fold everything in, making sure all the noodles are coated, to make it look excellent mac and cheese. Last thing you need is to bite a spoonful of noodle with no cheese on the mac and cheese, right? Alright, so I have that coated. I'm going to spread it out. Now I'm going to get started on my breadcrumb topping. Real simple. All it is a little bit of butter, a little bit of breadcrumbs, lightly toasted and covered. Alright, so while we have our sloppy joe simmering, our mac and cheese baking in the oven, we're going to do a nice, quick copycat KFC coleslaw mix. Okay, and that recipe is submitted by Dan and Mary Bainham, if I'm saying that, for Apache Wells. Thank you, my pleasure of using your recipe. So we start off with 3/4 of a cup of mayo. Okay, we got a little bit of celery seed in there, about a tablespoon or two. We got a little bit of salt, about a 1/2 cup of sugar. Clumped up there, unclump it. Don't be scared to use your hands, start cooking. We got a little bit of olive oil, or this is vinegar, and a little bit of olive oil, or granola oil, or what type of oil you choose. You can leave that up to you. So we're going to go ahead and give that a good mix. And this is our coleslaw dressing to go with our cabbage, 1/2 head of cabbage, and 1/2 a carrot, fresh carrot, grated, chopped and grated. That looks really, really good. It looks like everything's incorporated. So normally you would pour this over your cabbage and your carrot mix. But right now, I think I'm just going to do that in reverse. I'm going to add a little bit of cabbage, green cabbage, and yeah, you've seen some coleslaw that has the purple cabbage or the red cabbage. Feel free if that's what you're into. It adds color, adds contrast, great taste. So I added that. I'm going to give that a good little mix. Get everything coated. Now, at first it might seem like a lot, but you want to let this chill for at least 30 minutes to an hour, or even the day before, which just adds nothing but flavor to the texture. Some shredded carrots. Okay. Now I'm going to add the rest of my green cabbage here. Okay. You just want to fold that in. Make sure the bottom gets tossed, gets coated, gets covered. And you just want to work it back and forth from top to bottom and from in and out or out to. And this is a KFC copycat. So if you like your KFC, like I like my KFC coleslaw, to be a nice side dish for, you know, at home, to go with that shake and bake, to go with your sloppy joes, your burgers, your barbecue for this summer. So so that's all nice and coated there. I'm just gonna go ahead. I'm gonna wrap this and I'm gonna let it chill while the rest of my food is baking and cooking. Okay, I'll see you in a little bit. All right, so while our sloppy joe's simmering still, very couple minutes left. We got the baked mac and cheese coming up on 2 minutes. We're gonna go ahead and knock out this quick and easy crustless cranberry pie. And this recipe is submitted by Thomas Spittler from Tower Point. Thank you, my pleasure. So like it said, the title says quick and easy. So we're just gonna go ahead and combine all the ingredients to a bowl, mix, and then pour over our cooking sheet. So I got my walnuts, got my cranberries. Okay. I got a little bit of salt, some sugar. I have some flour here, all-purpose. And now, vanilla extract. So I have my eggs and my melted butter. Generously put that all over. And with the whisk, I'm gonna go ahead and mix everything in. You can use your hands if you like. It is part of the cooking method, you know, process anyways of just getting in there and getting everything all nice and coated. Get stuck on my. I'm just gonna put the glove on it. Just gonna get in here old school style and get it all mixed in there. Real nice and neat. So here I have a 9-inch pie tin. I sprayed it with some baking spray so it doesn't stick. Okay. And we're gonna layer this in there, spray it out nice and even, and we're gonna pop it in the oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for about 20 minutes. Keep it a nice close eye on. Alright, I feel like everything's already mixed. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and place that in there and with my hand evenly spread it out. And it's going to be a nice even layer throughout the bottom of the pan. Fast, quick, easy, not a lot of brain involved in it. Really good food, designed especially for the home cook. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop that in a preheated oven of 350 degrees, okay? I'll see you in a little bit. All right, so now we got our crustless cranberry pie cooking in the oven for about 40 minutes, okay, at 400 degrees. So now we get to enjoy our main dish. So here's our sloppy joes, our finished product here. We're gonna have a nice toasted brioche bun. And you can have that any way. You can have it on a piece of old school Wonder Bread if you like. I like to give my kids a hot dog bun sometimes. We call it sloppy dogs. You can put a little mayo on the top bun, a little sour cream, a little cheese, a little bit of pickles, however you like it. Now here I got my copycat KFC coleslaw that's been chilling for a little bit here. Give that a nice toss. Easy Bake Mac and Cheese. And then you can put jalapenos, bacon, ham, I mean, endless toppings, mixings for the mac and cheese. You'll have it there. I'm going to go ahead and garnish with a little bit of parsley all over my plate and a little bit of green onions for my mac and cheese. And there you have it, folks. We got Tavern Meat, Sloppy Joe's, Copycat KFC, and Easy Bake Mac and Cheese. Thank you. I'll see you